Welcome to Mind-Blown Science. Have you ever dreamed of traveling between stars and exploring distant galaxies? Well, science has some pretty terrible news. The shocking truth is that we are trapped. We, and probably any alien civilization, might never actually leave our solar system. Why is that? The first problem is that human brains cannot comprehend the true size of space. Space isn't just far, it is terrifyingly, absurdly massive. The fastest object humans have ever built is the Parker Solar Probe, shooting through space at an incredible 635,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, you could fly around the entire Earth in just 4 minutes. Imagine if we built a manned spaceship that incredibly fast. Our super-fast ship would reach Mars in just 2 weeks, and we would pass Pluto in about 1 year. Sounds extremely promising, right? But here is the catch. To reach the Oort Cloud, the true edge of our solar system, this incredibly fast ship needs 2,500 years. This is the barrier of nothingness, traveling for thousands of years through complete, empty darkness. So the only solution is to travel much faster. Traveling faster than light is physically impossible, but theoretically, using advanced nuclear fusion, we might eventually build ships reaching 20% the speed of light. That is terrifyingly fast. Over 200 million kilometers per hour. At this speed, we could reach our nearest neighbor, Alpha Centauri, in 20 years. But there is a massive problem. Space hates you. The void is not actually empty. It is filled with gas, energetic particles, and cosmic dust. When traveling at 20% of light speed, hitting a single floating iron atom will carve a microscopic bullet hole right through your metal home. What if you hit a tiny grain of dust? At this speed, the impact creates an explosive detonation like a hand grenade, destroying our shields. It gets worse. Hitting a small rock the size of a golf ball releases double the energy of the nuclear bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Extreme speed brings extreme danger. We would need physically impossible shields to survive the journey. But for the sake of the story, let's assume we survive. We cram a team of brave humans into a tiny metal box for 20 long years, sending them off to explore the Alpha Centauri system. Imagine the message they send back to Earth. We arrived. The view is stunning, but unfortunately, absolutely all the planets here are toxic and deadly. The second huge problem is that almost all destinations close to us are completely lame. Our solar system sits in a relatively empty galactic pocket. If we look at stars within 25 light-years, the vast majority are red dwarf stars, known for blasting their planets with intense, deadly radiation. Even planets in the so-called habitable zone come with no guarantees. Remember, our own Mars is in the habitable zone, and it is completely dead. Imagine traveling your entire life, risking everything, only to arrive at a barren rock exactly like Mars. It would be a brutal, depressing letdown. The truly interesting targets, planets with breathable atmospheres and oceans, might be hundreds or thousands of light-years away, meaning journeys of many thousands of years. Only science fiction solutions could save us. We would need biological immortality or AI-controlled spaceships carrying human embryos to wake up upon arrival. The longer you think about deep space, the less it makes sense. Vast distances, a deadly speed limit, and mostly barren planets nearby. Deep space is the absolute greatest challenge humanity will ever face. Our current rockets, computers, and nuclear reactors are hopelessly underpowered for this task. We need technology that is overwhelmingly transformative. Something that would seem as wild to us as a modern smartphone would seem to a caveman. Will we ever get there? Honestly, we don't know. But remember one thing. Predicting the future of technology usually makes you look completely dumb. In 1903, the New York Times published an article confidently predicting it would take humans 1 to 10 million years to achieve flight. Just 69 days later, the very first successful airplane flight happened. And 66 years after that, humans successfully landed on the moon. So never lose hope in human ingenuity. Keep exploring, stay curious, and subscribe to Mind Blown Science for more amazing universe secrets. See you soon.